few weeks have been devastating for me and my family. My wife Jennifer passed away, only 46 years old. It wasn't even from the cancer. The cancer played a part of it by contributing to the fact that she was having trouble eating, swallowing food that led to her getting pneumonia, aspiration pneumonia. But it was a respiratory issue. My mother Josephine also passed away very suddenly, only 2 weeks after Jennifer passed away. Um, the thing is, let's start with my wife, which I'm going to be talking about on this live stream. I realized something. I didn't really accept that my wife passed away until I cremated her. Once she was cremated, it all hit me. Now that may not make any sense to a lot of people because even my kids were like, "But Dad, you saw that she passed away. You saw her body. Why would you be confused with that?" I don't know. Maybe it's because I have seen my wife for 10 years straight always win, always win with cancer. Again, it wasn't even cancer that ultimately took her life. It's respiratory pneumonia. Oh, man. But I've always saw my wife get better. So that's the only way I could explain it to all of you is I always saw her. She was in a hospital and she would get her treatment or she would get her surgeries or whatever it is she had to get. And she would come home and she would be better. She would come home and she would be better. And I witnessed this for a decade. So this has been the first time, that she's had cancer, that she did not come home. It's over. Well, she's coming home. Her ashes are coming home. So she is coming home, but in a different form, in a different way. Look, I got to watch everything I say on YouTube because people sometimes take what I'm saying out of context. Everyone knows because they see how I live that I'm there for my kids every single day. Every single day. My children know that they can count on me. Every single day. I'm their best friend. I'm their father. I make sure they're happy. I make sure they're living a good life. But at the same time, you feel like, well, aren't you allowed to hurt? You know what I mean? Aren't you allowed to grieve your wife's passing and also my mother's passing? My mother passed away too. It's a very difficult, delicate mix. It's a very difficult, delicate mix because it's almost like, in a way, you're not allowed to grieve, if you want me to tell you the truth, because you're a father. Your kids need you. And you have to keep being there for them. But at the same time, it's human nature to grieve. It's human nature to feel this. I mean, this isn't just small pain here. This is tremendous, tremendous pain. This is tremendous pain. Jennifer, look, another thing that you all have to understand. What's up, Mahai? Jennifer was more to me than just a wife. Okay, let's start with that. She was more to me than just a mother of our children. She was more to me than just a best friend. My lover, my best friend. She was everything to me. She was my whole support system, and I was her support system. Whenever you're dealing with grief or hurt, do you want to know what all of you need in life? A support system. And let me tell you something. I cannot emphasize this. I never even realized how important it is. You want to know why I never really thought about it before? Jennifer was my support system. My wife was my support system. And I was her support system. So in other words, all we needed was each other. I needed her. She needed me. That's it. We didn't need nobody else. It was. You ever hear the expression, it's me and you against the world. Well, that's how it was like with Jennifer. It was me and her against the world. So we didn't really care that we didn't have a big support system. All we needed was each other. All we needed was each other. But unfortunately, now that Jennifer passed away, my whole support system passed away with her. My support system is gone. And not only did I deal with her passing, my wife, I also dealt with, in 2 weeks later, my mother passing. So could you imagine having to deal with two great losses in your life without no support system? Can you imagine how that feels to lose your wife, the mother of your children, your soulmate, your best friend, everything, your lover, your companion, and also to lose your mother in just 2 weeks with no support system? It's devastating. It's catastrophic. Which is why I make a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of YouTube lives, because you all are my support system. That's right. You are my support system. Mm. And I need a lot of support. There is no question about that. So, for all the people out there with a good heart, I'm going to be doing a lot of shout out videos for anybody. It's all going to start today, all my shout out videos. For anybody who does a very small cash app to support my family in our time of need, this is the cash app right here. Is the $ Richard Lavoy, $RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. The $ Richard Lavoy. There is no space, no underscore in between my first and my last name. This is my Cash App. Now, if you don't have Cash App and you still like to support us, you could do so by way of a super chat. But Cash App, to me, is the best way to do it. We get this instantly, very low fees. It helps our family a lot. So God bless you for your consideration. This is the Cash App. I will be giving big shout outs to everyone starting today who gives a very small Cash App supporting our family in our time of need. Again, it is the $ Richard Lavoy. Today's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day to all of you. You know, last St. Patrick's Day, my wife and my mother were alive, and we had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. A wonderful St. Patrick's Day last year. And that's why this St. Patrick's Day is going to be very heartbreaking and very sad. It's like you still want to get that corned beef. You still want to get that cabbage. You do. But without Jennifer, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. This guy, this guy's a friend of mine, Dave. He can never come on the live stream here. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Oh my God, it was 9/11 when I came here. Oh my God. Everywhere I go, I keep seeing 9/11. Everywhere I go. I just came back on the live. I was checking an email from a friend of mine, a buddy of mine. I come back here, and the time, as soon as I come back here, the time of the live was 9/11. If you don't know what that means, my wife, Jennifer, worked during the 9/11 attacks. She worked at 2 World Trade Center, and unfortunately, that is how she contracted breast cancer that eventually spread to her brain and spinal cord. She worked during the 9/11 attacks, and it's like everywhere. I just feel like everywhere I go, I see 9/11. Like I said, I just went to go check a quick email. What are the odds on this? I come back, I look at the live, and the time says 9/11. Wow. Once again, anyone who has a good heart, it's the $ Richard Lavoy. This is my Cash App. Help a family in need. Help a family going through the toughest time of their life. Just lost my beautiful wife, Jennifer. Just lost my mother, Josephine. All in the span of a couple of weeks. A very small amount would be greatly appreciated. It's the $ Richard Lavoy. $RICHARDLE Visa Victor OI. There is no space, no underscore in between my first and last name. This is my Cash App. Anybody who's cool enough to give, I will be giving you a big shout out today on my short videos. And also, if you don't have Cash App, you could always just do a super chat. Cash App's a little better for us. We get it immediate, very low fees. So if you could do Cash App, we greatly appreciate it. I slept a little, but I still feel tired. I don't know. I never get enough sleep. It's hard to sleep because I got so much on my mind. It's difficult to sleep. Thinking about my beautiful wife, Jennifer. Thinking about my beautiful mother, Josephine. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Let's do a little piano music. I always do a little entertainment for all of you because I'm an entertainer. Forget about it. You like my shirt here? This is from the movie Goodfellas. Am I a clown? Am I here to amuse you? Forget about it. Let's do a little peace and serenity. thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Jenna, my mama. We are doing a tribute concert here to benefit my family. My wife, Jennifer, passed away. Long battle. She had 10-year battle with cancer. She also had an aspiration pneumonia. I'm very heartbroken. We're going to talk about it in a second. My mother passed away only 2 weeks after my wife passed away. We had the two greatest losses of our life in a period of 2 weeks. And unfortunately, my kids are hurting. We're all hurting. We have two beautiful children left behind after their mom and grandmother passes away. Thank you. Thank you. My son Michael is 14. My daughter Sophie is only 11. Anyone who would like to do a very small Cash App, if you don't have Cash App, you could always do a Super Chat. But Cash App is a little better for our family. We get it immediately. It's less fees. My Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoie. I will be giving shout outs. Even if you just gave a couple of bucks, a couple of dollars, I'm giving shout outs to everybody today. We're going to be making videos on my YouTube channel, Apefather. And I'm going to be giving shout outs to everybody who gave a Cash App. It's happening today. So once again, my Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoie. The $ Richard Lavoie. There is no space, no underscore in between my first and last name. Is the $ RICHARD LEV as in Victor OI. Also, I don't know if you could do me a favor. Could you type that out for me? My Cash App, Jenna, my mama. I don't know if you could do it for me. It's the $ Richard Lavoie. $ RICHARD LEV as in Victor OI. I wanted to pin the comment if someone could type it for me. We could do it a little later on, but thank you. Thank you very much. So that comment is pinned. We're going to do a song called Brooklyn Funk. Every song you hear is original music by yours truly, Apefather, Richie Lavoie. I met my wife in Brooklyn, New York. Me and my mother, that was our hometown growing up in Brooklyn, New York. This is called Brooklyn Funk. Let's do that again. Little Brooklyn Funk in the house. Tribute concert once again to help my family in need. We just lost my wife and my mom in a period of 2 weeks. My beautiful wife Jennifer was only 46 years old, passed away from cancer. Well, actually from pneumonia. Cancer was a part of it because the cancer, unfortunately, in her brain was making it difficult for her to chew and swallow food. My poor wife, which unfortunately led to her getting aspiration pneumonia. Looking at this, I show this picture a lot. This is our younger days. Look at this picture of us, me and my wife here. Isn't that amazing? My beautiful wife was cremated and my mother was cremated too recently. I can't even think about it. I'm so heartbroken. But this is when we were young. Look at this. Memories of life. I love you, Jennifer. I will love you forever. I love Lacey too. The boss lady's here. The boss lady from Brooklyn. Thank you, Lacey. Lacey, all of this has been hitting me today. I know you're not going to believe it. After my wife and my mom were cremated, it's kind of like the reality is setting in. Even though my wife passed away like a little over 2 weeks ago, for some reason it's hitting me now. It's hitting me now. I don't know why, but it's hitting me now. This is for Lacey from Brooklyn. This is an original song I wrote called the Brooklyn Song. Grew up on the Coney Island side, hot dogs and Nathan's, and the Cyclone for a ride. Cruising down 86th Street, got my windows open, blasting music with a beat. Saturday night, Happy Ridge, picked up a girl and made out under the Verrazano Bridge. Late night food at Del Rio Diner. Nothing makes me feel finer than good old Brooklyn. It's on my mind. Only Brooklyn, one of a kind. I want Brooklyn to always be home to me. That's for you, Lacey. What's up there, Patrick? Thank you very much, Patrick. We're going to talk about staying strong in a second because it's very hard, but I have 2 kids and that's what keeps me strong. It's a tribute concert. The $ Richard Lavoie is my Cash App. It's like imagine you're in a piano bar and you wanted to leave a couple of bucks in my piano bar jar. My Cash App is my piano bar jar. So if anybody has Cash App, would like to help our family in our time of need with a couple of, Fazul's couple of bucks, you have no idea how much it is appreciated. My Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoie. So it's the $RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. No space, no underscore in between my first and last name. That is the Cash App. We really, really appreciate your support. If you don't have Cash App, you could always do a super chat. Cash App is a little better. We get it instantly. Our family gets it instantly. Very low fees. So I'm going to do a song really quickly called Everybody's Got Problems. I'm a Libra. I was born in September. I'm Libra. I know I'm not the only person out there who's got, you're a Libra too, we got something in common. I know I'm not the only person out there who's got problems. That's why I wrote a song called Everybody's Got Problems. Everybody's got their own gotses, Forget about it. Forget about it. September 30th. This is a song I wrote called Everybody's Got Problems. I was thinking of Michael Jackson when I wrote it. I don't know, like a real funky groove, yeah. When your love ends before your eyes, everybody's got problems. Losing your job, kissing it goodbye. Everybody's got problems you can't hide. You can't hide. Life could beat you up bad. It's easy to just give up. Don't get knocked down. You gotta get mad. Fight back and be the one standing up. When your love ends before your eyes, everybody's got problems. Losing your job, kissing it goodbye. Everybody's got problems you can't hide. You can't hide. I know you're hurting and you don't believe tomorrow will be a better day. It's up to you. You gotta believe. You have the power to make all your troubles go away. When your love ends before your eyes, everybody's got problems. Losing your job, kissing it goodbye. Everybody's got problems you can't hide. When your love ends before your eyes, everybody's got problems. Losing your job, kissing it goodbye. Everybody's got problems. You can't hide. Everybody's got problems. Thank you, the boss lady. Everybody's got problems. You can't hide. Ugh. Once again, tribute concert to benefit my family. We had a lot of losses. My beautiful wife, Jennifer, passed away. I can't even think about it. My mother, Josephine, passed away. I can't even think about it. All in 2 weeks. This is my Cash App. If anybody would like to help, I'm going to be giving big shout outs today. I'm going to be giving very big shout outs to everybody who contributes. If you don't have Cash App, yes, you could do a super chat. But Cash Apps just helps us out. If you do a super chat, I'll give you a shout out right now on the live stream. But if you do the Cash App, I'm going to be doing it on a video for you. Excuse me. Could be as small as a couple of bucks. An entertainment tip to help our family in need. It is the $ Richard Lavoie, the Cash App. $ Chardlev as in Victor OI. No space, no underscore in between my first and last name. Help a family in need. God bless you. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. Last year, Lacey, we had the most amazing St. Patrick's Day. You know, me and my family. Thank you, the boss lady. Welcome in, everybody. Help a dad and a musician who just lost his wife, and then 2 weeks later, his mom passed away in his arms. Very true. Out of nowhere with his mom. Please help. His income has been depleted. It's true. My full-time job was taking care of my wife, Jennifer. I was her caretaker, and I was making $3,000 a month. And my mom was contributing to all of our bills. She was making, her Social Security and pension was like almost $4,000 a month. So we lost all that money. Will you ever remarry? I mean, I don't know. I can't even think about that right now, Nolan. I'm too heartbroken. I can't even think about that. I am so heartbroken. I'm still really not even in acceptance of my wife. But once again, this is the Cash App. Like I said, we had tremendous losses in our family. My wife, Jennifer, 46 years old, was battling cancer for 10 years. God bless her. Passed away. I still say cancer lost. She won. Cancer, go home and get your shine box. My wife won. 10 years. She saw her kids grow up. But at the same time, we miss her dearly. 2 weeks later, my mother passes away in my arms. Oh my God. I gave my mother mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I was doing CPR until the paramedics got there. They said I did a good job. She had a pulse, but they worked on her for 10, 15 minutes. They couldn't save my poor mother. But all of you could have the good heart to help our family right now with a very small Cash App. $ Richard Lavoie. There is no space, no underscore in between my first and last name. This is my Cash App. It's kind of like my piano bar jar. You know, you're at a piano bar and you want to throw the piano player a couple of dollar tip. You do it in a piano bar jar, right? Well, this is my piano bar jar. It is the Cash App, $ Richard Lavoie. Worst case, you could always do a super chat. $RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. This is the Cash App for entertainment tips to help our family. We are greatly in need. God bless. So Lacey, Richie at the core of him is a loving husband and father, a son. Please help him keep gas and food and bills keep going. This tragedy is something he can't bear alone without our help. I love you, Lacey. Thank you. It's true. It is true. I do need support. Let's talk a little bit about support, if we could. When you go through great loss, you know what you need? Seriously, love and support. The God's honest truth is I don't really have a support system. I was my wife's support system. She was my support system. That's it. We were each other's support system. I just had a tough childhood growing up. My parents didn't have the greatest marriage, and unfortunately for those reasons, my mother's family did not get along with my father, which pretty much means they didn't get along with me. I didn't do anything wrong, but that's just the way it was. Unfortunately, Jennifer's family were not really close. Her brother, kind of a psycho, disowned her, disowned his own father who had dementia, everybody in his family. His uncle in Florida, not the greatest guy. We don't have a big support system. YouTube is my support system. You are all my community. So that's why it's really very simple. If enough of you who watch me and who enjoy the Apefather's channel could do a very small Cash App, you could really help us. Do you feel, do you and the kids feel like a vacation? Yeah. We're going to do it, Lacey. We're going to plan something. You know what it is, Lacey? I just don't want you to get mad at me. I don't want anybody to get mad at me, but it's a weird thing that's happening with me. I'm living in like I'm living in like two separate worlds right now, and I'll tell you where it is. One world is the world for my kids, which is like what Lacey is talking about right now. It's the world of, making sure they're happy, making sure that they're in school, making sure they're living normal lives, being there for them 110%, just being there for my kids. Then the other world that I'm living in is the shock, the heartbreak, the hurt of losing my wife, who I've known for 27 years. We were married for 19 years. And my mother, I mean, well, she gave birth to me 47 years ago. There was never a day that went by that I have not talked to my mom. And, I'm shot. Nolan, I mean, I don't know what you're asking me. Some people are blessed. Some people are blessed that they have. Listen, it's kind of like the luck of the Irish, only I'm Italian, Nolan. What can I tell you? It's the luck of the Irish. I think I'm going to get rid of this guy. What do you think? I think Nolan's an idiot. Let's get rid of him. Nolan's got to go. No, it's an interesting question he asked. I just think the guy's a moron. Um, but it's an interesting question. Thank you very much, Lacey. It's an interesting question. How does someone get a good support system? I think you're born into a good support system. That's what I believe. It's like some people, they're just born into a very close emotional family. And that's it. It's just something that throughout their whole entire lives, their family are very close, very tight, very emotional, and throughout their whole lives, it stays that way. So I don't think it's something you could develop on your own. It's either something you're born into it or you're not. That's just how I feel. But with that said, Lacey, I'm gonna run really quick. I don't want to do too long of live streams. We're approaching 40 minutes. If you're around in a little bit, I'm coming back soon. I'm coming back in a little bit, Lacey, and everybody. God bless you. I love all of you. I'm going to be doing a lot of live streams, so just keep in touch, stay in touch. I'll be right back. I'll be back, Lacey. I'm not going to be long. But once again, this is the Cash App. If anybody would like to do a small Cash App. I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff. I have no idea what YouTube puts up on my channel, brother. That's all YouTube. That's not me. But the Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoy. It's the $ RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. Anybody who would have the good heart to help our family. Just lost my wife, my mother, all in a span of 2 weeks. Got my two children now. I got to take care of Michael, who's 14, Sophia, who's 11. Anybody who have the good heart to do a small Cash App, God bless you. Help our family in need. I will be giving out big shout outs later today on my YouTube channel. So that's the Cash App right there for entertainment tips. $ Richard Lavoy, RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. I repeat, no spaces, no underscore in between my first and last name. Now maybe I'll hang out with Lacey a little longer, not too much longer. I was getting a little tired here. I wanted to relax a little bit because it's St. Patty's Day. I'll be taking the kids out for some corned beef and cabbage. Last St. Patrick's Day, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. God bless all of you. God bless your families. Last St. Patrick's Day was truly amazing. It was a truly, truly amazing St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, yeah. The kids are actually off today. Yeah, they're off. They're home. But I'm getting off in like 2 minutes. You know, last St. Patrick's Day, Jennifer was alive, and my mother was alive, and we had a great time. We listened to the bagpipes. The band playing. They were playing all the great traditional Irish music. They threw in a little Cranberries, like Zombie too. uh, Linger by the Cranberries. They threw in a lot of great songs. And she passed away too, that poor girl, who was the lead singer of the Cranberries. May she rest in peace. God bless her. The most amazing voice that you could ever hear. I just don't understand how, in a very short period of time, everything could change so quickly. I kind of wish I could go back in time. I think about that song by Cher. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, you know, be nice if we could all go back in time, right? I would go right back to 9/11. That's what I would do. I would take my wife out of there and I would try to help as many families as I can. I would warn them. I would say, get out of here. I would try to save as many families as I can. That was the most horrible day. Hmm. Me and Jennifer, we had an amazing life together. We had an amazing family. Well, we still do. I still have my two kids. I want you to understand. I'm still taking care of my two beautiful kids. Really? Libra men typically have a terrible time adjusting to loss, and they can take the longest. Wow. I believe it. My wife was a beautiful person. She just, her whole existence, my wife Jennifer, was to make her family happy, to make her husband happy. It's like, how could you ever get something like that again? My wife was that type of person. No matter when I needed her, it could be midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. She was there for me. She was there to love me, to hold me, to take care of me. She was there for her children. Now she's gone. I can't accept that. 27 years. You know what it is? You just, you live with someone for so long. We did complement each other. Lacey, it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful relationship. A wonderful marriage. A marriage made in heaven. I know we were talking about that movie, Somewhere in Time, right? In a way, wouldn't it be an amazing thing like that if we could all go back in time? I'm trying to think about that movie. What was it? He had to take all the things out of his room that represented present day. Remember? And he had to just look at a penny or something that was like 100-year-old penny. And he had to like transport him somehow back in time. Thank you, Lacey. If anybody would like to help our family out, you know, we just lost my wife, Jennifer, 46 years old, young. She worked at 9/11. She worked the World Trade Center. She was at two World Trade Center, the 9/11 attacks. My poor wife did not have the cancer gene. She got cancer just by being there. She was the victim, as were so many people. We will never forget 9/11. God bless America. God bless all the families affected. But this is our cash app. It's the $ Richard Lavoy. No space, no underscore in between my first and last name. So I'm going to be back in a little bit, Lacey. I love you. I love everybody. God bless. I will be back soon.